You're fine with being 2IC for now, right?
100%.
Okay. Hey, Nits.
Yeah, 3/4 green. I got one in the box, Mike.
Keys.
Yeah.
You're also going to be basic.
Copy.
I think Lieutenant Margiotta is also at the box.
No, put my night vision. Ooh, fuck, that's right.
You're ready.
Yeah, just
going
down
to
the
change to
brightness.
M81. You got shit. It's M81 and P3, M81, and wherever fast helmet takes your fancy.
Let's go, guys. Doesn't take that fucking long.
Which chest rig was it?
MBAV if you want, whatever.
Hey, Bravo, you got CLS, correct?
Yeah, that's A firm. I went ahead and picked it up.
Copy. Do you know if we have a fourth man yet or no?
That's going to be a negative. We're going to roll with the assumption we don't have one.
Speak up.
Can you speak up?
Hello.
There you
You're
go.
good.
So much better. All right, we're going to get started. We'll let those guys catch up. Thank you. We are doing another joint training, right? We're going to put this together. We're doing our Special Operation Initiative for the month of April. As many of you guys know, we've got some stagnant coming through. We want to make sure that we're getting some fun times. So that's what we're going to go ahead and try to facilitate here. Our training tonight, we're going to be doing a CQC, right, with a focus on EPWs and our specific room clears. Okay. Sergeant Spears and I are going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to make it brief because we're going to get out there and get in the fight. So, with CQC, right, there's three things that we talk about. I know everybody here has probably heard this 1,000 times, but again, we're going to go over it. It's very important stuff. If you don't remember anything, remember these three things. Break the sight lines, move to cover. Wherever your head goes, your weapon goes, and move ready to fight. Right? Those three things will save you out there. A couple of things that we're trying to work on with at a platoon level is when we are clearing buildings, we want to make sure that you have enough guys. Right? We're not going to do this John Wayne stuff. We're going in one building, or one building with one dude. We're not going to do any of that. Right? If you need people, grab people. If you see somebody from another element, grab them. Right? Get the job done. After that, we're not really going to harp on much. I just want to say, make sure that when you're entering a building, you have an outer cordon if you can, right? 2-man element, 3-man element, whatever the case may be. Like, get those guys out there. We don't want to get target cessation and run into a building and have guys run up right behind us, right?
Cool.
All right. So that's a little bit about that. We'll go ahead and turn it over to Sergeant Spears. We'll talk to you about some EPW. Hey, Sergeant Cannon, is anybody here familiar with the 5 S's?
Oh, yes.
All right, stand up if you're familiar.
Go.
All right, couple of dudes. All right, sit down and grab a knee. All right, when it comes to EPWs, the 5 S's are as follows: search, silence, segregate, safeguard, speed to the rear. Does anybody understand what that means?
A firm, Sergeant.
All right, so you find somebody, you zip tie them, search them, clear them of any weapons, make sure that he doesn't have anything that's going to poke them, harm them, stick them, poke us, anything like that. Make sure they're silenced, talk to them, get them separate, keep them quiet, segregate them, keep them away from other EPWs. You don't want everybody fucking clumping together trying to get their story straight, right? Safeguard them, make sure they're well protected. Speed to the rear, get them to the HQ element. In that case, it's the 3 of us. In a operation or a platoon training FTX, we're looking at HQ element. It's pretty simple shit, but it's something that's got to be done, something we don't work on too often. At which point should you point your gun at an EPW?
Never.
Never.
PID your targets. Make sure you're watching for surrenders. It's a violation of the Geneva Convention to shoot an unarmed man. I believe somebody I'm certain will correct me if I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, our goal is to save lives, not take them. Everybody, huh? That's all I got. Sorry, Beckett.
Thank you, Sergeant Spears. All right, lads. Here we go for mission brief time. Welcome to SEAL Team 8, Task Unit Bruiser. We are operating in northern Syria. We've been here before. Other friendly elements have been here conducting operations and securing land as necessary. At this time, the Syrian government is considered hostile. However, they are not a primary target. A primary target is the myriad of militias and terror groups that are running rampant throughout the country. Some of these groups are actually friendly to us. Most of them are not. Today, we're going to go find some of the ones that are not. You would like to spin around and take a look at this gentleman here, or at least the likeness of him. This is Muhammad al-Haskal. He is a leader of the militant group Shabiha. They have been operating and conducting terror activities in support of government forces when the government forces could not conduct them themselves for fear of reprisal from the international community. We know that they are friendly, however, they're not supposed to be working directly with each other. Our mission tonight is a kill capture of this HVT. Call sign Akita. Reference your maps.
Akita.
Grid
Excuse me, what did you say?
07. Say again.
You said Akira?
That's his call sign.
Okay, thank you.
Reference your maps. Grid 0706. Dair Hafir. You will see objective Ashton, a built-up structure under construction. ISR has reported and confirmed via satellite imaging and signals intelligence that Akita is on this location. It's going to be our objective to move in and kill capture. We will move via Hilo to LZ Arturo Fuente. Reference grid 031041. We will land, dismount from the helicopters, and push out to several ribs that are set up on the river. From there, we will push upriver to the dismount point. The dismount point is located on the westernmost part of the city, as we want to alert as few enemy forces of our approach as possible. From dismount, we will push on foot through the streets to objective Ashton, conduct our raid, either kill, capture Akita. If captured, we'll bring him back to the boats and extract via waterway. Are there any questions at this time?
Negative. Negative, something.
Negative.
Roger. All right, be advised, civilian concerns are actually, at this time, minimal. This area has been heavily influenced by the Shabiha militia. Most civilians that are in the area that are non-combatants will likely be locked in their homes as they are under curfew. However, that doesn't mean that you won't see a few skirting about. Now, that being said, a lot of them are going to look a lot like our enemy. So, PID your targets. We're not here to kill people that are just fucking trying to live their lives. Other than that, nearly anybody you see with a weapon is going to be hostile. We are weapons tight once we hit the ground. That may change. Currently, weapons hold until we actually get there via the birds. If everybody's savvy on this and there are no more questions, Sergeant Spears, Sergeant Cannon, any more to add?
Yeah, I think it's already. I got one thing. We'll hold off real quick. We'll do it towards the end. Specialist Garrett.
Thank you, Sergeant. Are we expecting any armor by the militia?
That's a negative. The militia is currently not in possession of armor pieces. However, they may have converted their civilian vehicles or some military type trucks that they have taken from the Syrian government forces. They might be mounted with weapon systems, technicals, things like that. That being said, if they do manage, if we're in the AO on target for too long, it is possible that they will radio to their Syrian government buddies. If that happens, they do have the capability to roll armor. That being said, if you also reference further upstream, the strongest concentration of government forces going to be can't quite read it. Maharat, the town further upstream, grid 1610. Any government forces would be stationed in that area, so the main roads moving from there are the most likely. That being said, any enemy QRF could come from nearly any direction other than the south. South is more friendly and or secured. You can reference Fob Trident. The third or second platoon is going to be conducting their own kill capture on forces that are actually inside our lines.
Thank you,
Anything
Staff Sergeant.
else?
Had to use the same maps, budget cuts.
Sergeant White, you had a question?
Sergeant Beckett, I believe Sergeant Price was ahead of me in asking
Sorry, I missed
questions.
that. Run Price.
Thank you, Sergeant. East side of Dyer Hafir, there is a compound that looks to have guard towers, probably a military, official military, maybe not occupied anymore. Do we know anything about that?
At this time, as far as government forces are concerned, they are not they're not occupying this town. Whether or not the militias have used that for their own purposes, we'll find out when we get there. That being said, this is a raid. We're not here to clear the town of every bad guy that we fucking see. We just know that this dude, Akita, is a scum-sucking piece of shit and is almost certainly directly involved with a recent attack on fucking press corps that was in country.
Thank you.
That particular raid that they conducted, we know that there were several
I love these
missing
these,
in action along as
extra briefs,
well as
like
civilians
extra
killed
detailed
by their
briefs like
attack.
this. They're way more
Suicide bombing.
immersive.
Who's next?
I believe that was
Sergeant
me,
White.
Sergeant Beckett.
Send it.
Thank you, Sergeant. My question is, in the event that things get a little sticky for us, let's say they don't go well and the Syrian army shows up on our doorstep, is there any kind of support that we're aware of that we can rely on, say maybe from the fleet or...
That's a negative at this time. We are on our own. If things get too hot, we'll extract and grub.
Roger, that's all I had, Sergeant. Thank you.
Roger. Next.
Chief Clay.
Send it.
Thank you, Sergeant. You mentioned briefly they are using SFES, or are they using VBIDs or implanted IEDs?
That's a good question.
So far, this particular group has been known to use suicide vests. However, those have always been deliberately planned attacks. It's not something we necessarily expect, but it's not something we can let our guard down from.
Copy that.
They have not used vehicle-borne IEDs to our knowledge.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Anybody else?
I got a quick one.
Go.
Private Raymond, what are the 5 S's?
Search, secure, segregate.
Search, silence, segregate, safeguard, speed to the rear.
Yeah, guys, it's literally everything we've always done, right? We're just putting terms to it.
Whoop.
Whoop.
All right, I got one thing, boys. I want everybody check this guy again. Make sure you know him. Make sure you see what he looks like. Right? We're on a capture kill. But make sure that you fucking understand what this guy may or may not be and what they look like.
Private Noble, what's his call sign?
Akita Sergeant.
Second, Mike.
Oh, I got anybody got? You got anything else, Sergeant Beckett?
No, go ahead.
All right, gents. Let's make sure we lock and load. Make sure you get your final checks done. We're getting ready to step off here. Once we step off, we're going to be air assault again, so make sure that you guys are ready to do this. Everything checked, right? Check your bloody. Make sure your whole team's ready to go.
Bandages.
And remember, guys, say all the time,
Breaching
take that
charge.
tactical second, figure it out, right?
No, check your
Tactical
One final
pauses will
point.
save you.
Pro check.
One final point, gents. Once we fucking dismount from these birds and they lift back home,
This is Bravo.
we're
Good
pushing
check.
south from the LZ to find our
Eric?
boats. It won't be a long push, but we should have at least one boat per fire team. So we got plenty of room in case we need to exfil EPWs.
Roger.
I only heard one Roger. Everybody hear that?
Roger.
Roger.
There we
Yeah,
go. Fuck yeah, there we go.
Booyah. Let's fucking do it.
All right, yeah.
All right, boys.
What are we on? 132, Sergeant Stewart?
Vests.
3-3, are you all
Three,
set?
four, let's
'Cause
get you
last
go
time I
through
forgot
first.
my max.
Fucking
There you
get
are,
ready,
Raymond.
we'll just do-
Any station status 3-2, my requesting radio
Just
check
say
on
again.
frequency 4-2, over.
I said, are you all set? Because last time I
I
forgot
got
my
it set
max.
up like we
Good.
had last time.
Got your
You're
max.
fucking
I literally
visual
forgot my
boss.
max.
Nice.
Like the man just said, double check
Special
everything.
spirit.
Make sure you have
142.
whatever you need for this.
Confirm, but I didn't hear you.
We're
Freaking
figuring out
enough
if you do the
grenades,
one with the-
including
standby.
concealment and HE
Yeah, make
stuff.
sure your radio is turned
Freaking,
up.
you should be bringing multiple stuns because we want to get this guy alive if we can.
Must have
This is
changed
Bravo.
my
We're
max.
pretty much ready. Yep.
Great.
Oh, it's a good thing we figured that out now.
Hey, thank you very much.
Bravo, I would love to have some answer, bro. But
3-3, we're ready to go on your
Yeah,
order.
I know you would want that.
Three 2 Mike, this is 3 Mike.
Trust me. That's why I asked if the fleet's on standby or not.
One mic. Copy.
Apparently, we can we can take a long walk off a short pier as far as the
Charlie, on
Navy's
4-2.
concerned.
Yeah, it seems like.
3-3, this is Alpha. Are we clear to push through?
3-4.
Stand by.
All limits
Standing
130, you're clear to push.
Clear to push through. 3-3.
All right.
We're clear to push through.
Everybody, it's gonna be this fucking little flag over here, boys.
This is Bravo. We're pushing through. Time now.
Yep.
I'll be last man.
My arm counter for
Alpha, we got a bunch of fucking dudes to filter through here, so you got a little bit.
Try and make sure I know when
Copy. Bravo, these things we're going to ropes or 3-2-3-4.
All right, step through.
Should be 3-2-3-4.
That's a one I have
Moving.
from the fun up, so you might have to change it a little bit.
Mike's up. Headings out.
Bravo's through.
Raven's out.
This is Bravo. All through.
3433, copy. Ground, go ahead and start your maneuvers down on those.
Yeah, Alpha Bravo, start moving southeast.
Pick it up. We're moving southeast.
Alpha, do you have some issues? Southeast moving.
This
Clear to lock and load if you
Disregard, stand by Alpha.
we got friendlies that are 127, like 30 meters. Oh, eyes on the boats. This is Bravo. We're heading out southeast. We got eyes on the boats. We're moving down to secure them now.
Bravo, this is the unit drive.
pick one, hop in.
Negative. I want Raymond to drive. I want to keep that gun available just in case.
Second one on the right.
You got it, boss.
Copy.
Ivy 3 is
Raymond, you
3-4, taking the
you
second
comfortable
full
taking the wheel? If not, I'll do it.
Yeah, I can drive it.
Roger. And once again, guys, want to make sure your weapons are on safe until we are holding fire until we freaking make contact.
Copy.
This is Bravo. We have mounted in a boat. We are holding, waiting at this time. Over.
Yeah, got it, Bravo.
Alpha had to collectively tie their shoelaces. They're on their way now.
Copy.
3-2 is 3-3. Did you say that 3-3 or 3-4 is leading out?
Copy.
3-3.
Solid copy. Boys, we are on point as soon as everybody's mounted up.
Mike's loaded. 3-2 is loaded.
Looks like Alpha's going to be...
I knew we were going to be fighting back to back, Lechner, but this is not what I expected.
And
Go left.
A firm,
Alpha, take point.
Maybe it's fun.
Let me know when you're in the boat.
Oh, Don't get in my boat with wet socks.
Find a quickest boat.
Hey, he could just change his socks, alright?
Negative.
You can do it.
Yeah, Margie do.
Alright, boys. 3-3 is gonna take us out. 3-4 is gonna follow. We're getting the middle.
Let's go.
Alright, we're getting in the middle.
If they're fucking in front of us, just line it out.
Bravo copies.
3-3 is 3-2, I copy.
This is Bravo, be advised, I think most of the boats have, correction, all the boats have pulled ahead of us over.
Yeah, copy.
Alright, Raymond, let's just watch our spacing for the moment from these guys. We don't want to have a collision and then have to like fish guys out of the drink here.
Copy.
Alright, I'll probably get a little bit of the ride here, so let's make sure everybody's ready to go. Once we get up here, we're gonna have, once we hit the deck, we're gonna decide what we're gonna be delineating on squads.
We're gonna reassess our plan of movement once we get on the deck. For the moment, just keep your heads on a swivel. Bravo copies. Freaking Reyes, I need you to step up for like one mic. This is Bravo going off comms, one mic.
Got Bravo. 3-2 is Bravo, actually stepping up. Yeah, good head.
Uh, 3-2 copy.
Hey, 3-2.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be hearing my gun whole night. I think between my fire team we have 2,600 rounds.
Oh, good. Well, I think I've got like 200 or 400 for you, so.
Oh man, that's gonna be nice.
Alright, our Bravo plan is, once we get up here, is we're gonna line the boats out right around the dismount point. Bravo, I'm gonna let you decide where we're gonna fucking sit as far as my boat's concerned. Alpha, you do the same. Break. We're gonna try to keep the element surprised, so we're gonna cut engines as close as we get up there. Try to coast up, but if you can't, just fucking get us on the shore over. Copy. Bravo goes. Alright, Raymond, you hear the man. As soon as we get closer to the dismount point, we're gonna be cutting the engines, moving closer and closer to the town. If it's gonna be able, pretty sure that we're gonna be in contact by then, but let's see how this goes, break. After that, we're gonna figure out the plan of how we're gonna hit the town.
Copy.
Bravo's back with comms. Bravo's back with comms.
Bravo, be advised, last orders from 3-2 was as soon as we about to reach the town to cut the engines for the boats break. Alpha Bravo, cut engines, hold on the side.
Cut engines now. Holding the side. Bravo copies, cutting engines.
Alpha Bravo, go ahead and pull up on the fucking shore right
Pull
here.
up on the shore right here.
We had a fucking incident. 3-4 is gonna be hopping in.
There was an incident, and it's being sorted. If you take a look at our 4 o'clock right now.
Raymond, go and back us up to the other side of the shore, or the other shoreline. Bravo, do you want us dismounted? Alpha, let them know that we're bringing down the boat to them.
Sergeant Cannon, are we dismounting, or are we just gonna chill in the boat?
Negative. We're picking up 3-4 right now.
Alright.
What did they do?
They fucking hit them. Hey, Raymond, don't break this prop.
Welcome aboard, boys.
Welcome aboard.
Oh my
we have
god.
the big mic with us.
Sail on.
Alright, let's go.
You might want to back.
3-4's
Alright,
unloading
Alpha, go ahead and start
stepping off
taking us
3-2.
back out.
Three is 3-2. Hey, take it at a little bit of a speed till we get up to you. We're pretty far over.
Eine Bootsfahrt, die ist lustig, eine Bootsfahrt, die ist schön.
Bravo, this Chase.
Send it.
Continuing my last transmission about the orders that 3-2 gave us break you on the cash tower.
Yeah, go ahead and send it, Reyes.
Copy. 3-2's orders was as soon as we are getting closer and closer to the dismount point, to put the engines and reach the fucking boat and move alongside the town, figure out the plan, and start clearing out.
Copy all. Sounds good.
Hey, 3-4.
Yeah.
Once you guys have cordoned off the fucking objective area, once we get up there, like